Let's move on to loops in Python, right? So loop is basically what? A loop is basically iterating over a set of statements, and that is like a huge advantage of using a programming language over any other tool, right? Let's say, for example, Excel. In Excel, probably you would never be able to do what you can accomplish with a loop, because in a few lines of codes, in 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of code, you can execute a sequence of statements multiple times, right? And you can iterate over a sequence using a loop. So you can iterate over a tuple, list, dictionary, string, whatever you want, right? Now, the first loop in Python is for loop. A for loop is basically what? You initialize a variable, there is a termination condition. If it is true, you execute the statement inside the loop. If it is false, you go back outside the loop, right? It's that simple. Now, I don't think this might be looking confusing to you guys. A good way to understand this is using an example. So let's say you have a list called subjects, right? You want to loop through a list. As I told you, you can loop, your loop can run on any sequence, a list, tuple, dictionary, set, string, whatever. Yes, this part. Now, right now we're going to iterate over a list. How would that happen? Let's say we had a list which was named as subjects. And now what you did for subject in subjects, print subject. Just that single statement is going to print all the subjects in that list for you. Because what it is doing, it is checking, and this subject, you don't need to write it as subject actually. You can just put I, right? So basically it is saying for any item in this list, print that item. So one by one it keeps checking, right? If first is saying I in subjects, okay, I is like this first one, it checks, prints that. Move forward, I plus 1, right? The next one it checks, prints it here, then move forwards. Then this one, it keeps printing everything till this point. Now, when you say ch, right? Like, let's say this was a list. So in this list, you had all of these items, right? Separated by commas. But in the same way, if you want to loop only through a string, so then within a string, when you put a for loop, that loop will actually work on each of the characters. For I in Zorba, print I. So then each one of it will just keep moving from character 1 till the last character in Zorba and keep printing it one by one. Every time it prints it, executes it, it is going to move one step forward. So the first character it prints, it goes to the next character, checks it, prints that, goes to the next one. Do you understand this? The same way I can show you an example of looping through a dictionary, right? Let's say you have this thing, a dictionary which is called marks. And this marks dictionary basically has all of these various 3 subjects and their respective numbers. So when you print the same way, again, it can give you the whole thing here, right?